Hey guys, I'm back. I'm not gonna edit this video because this is gonna be a very quick video. It's basically going to be the start of my journey to applying for law school. And this is probably coming out of left field for a lot of my viewers. I've always been into studying law. I've always been into just the legal system. I'm now realizing that I am capable of succeeding in law school. And so I have taken the jump and I have started my LSAT prep. And so today I'm going to basically introduce my journey, and I'm going to be documenting my entire journey from here on. I am in my pre-study month. I'm going to have a month of pre-study, which for me, it means just getting situated and getting familiar with the content and understanding why certain questions are asked, and just understanding like what styles of questions there are, and just, you know, everything kind of just to get familiar with the stuff. Because if you're not already used to, you know, some people are just natural with logical thinking, and they just think that way. I think I am a little. I did the diagnostic test and I scored highest on the logical reasoning, and I scored highest on everything except for the logical games, I think it is. But yeah, I did get a low score, and I have ADHD, so that's not a surprise. I was not prepared whatsoever. A diagnostic test is for that reason. And so I'm not sad about the score. I got 126. The lowest is 120, and there's a lot of ADHDers out there that has gotten that score for their diagnostic and has succeeded to in the 170 area for their score after studying. Of course, I have a full 14 months of studying, and so I have 12 to 14 months. I'm going to take the test, the official test 2 times. That's my plan right before I pass everything in for my application process. For the application process, and so I have my pre-study period, which is a month, and then I start my actual studying. And so I'm giving myself over a year to study to make sure I get the highest score that I possibly can. A lot of people do 3 months. Some people do 3 to 6 months. The people that are serious and that know that they need the extra time take about a year. And because I have the time, I'm going to use that time, and I'm going to get all of the materials that I need, and I'm just going to dive in and study. And so I have a study schedule put together, and I've also have a couple of books that I've already started looking at, and so I'll show you guys those. This is the first one. It's, yeah, the way my camera is, you can't really, it's the LSAT Trainer by Mike Kim. This is a very popular LSAT prep book, very popular one. So that was my first option. Then I got this one, the LSAT for Dummies, just so I can like get an idea of the content. It's not really for prep, but just so I can get an idea of what this stuff is all about. So this is basically the first book that I will be going through while I go through the other things. And this is going to be one of my main books to study with. I also have, so I actually went to like a weekend event that the committee the committee that I'm on hosted at my school, and a lot of the committee members are lawyers, and a lot of them are professors at the law school of mine. And so I got to mingle with all of them, and they're absolutely amazing. I cannot thank them enough for being supportive, and you know, I had a few people that were introducing me to a lot of people, a lot of students that are graduated from law school. A lot of them that I was talking to are third-year students or going into the third year. And then I've also met the director of one of the programs that initiate, it's called the IB&M program. I'll put the link and stuff of these programs so that you guys can look at these resources for the school I go to, which is Dalhousie University, Halifax, Nova Scotia. But I basically met the director of the IB&M program, and she is the sweetest lady. You would never think that she was the director of that program. She's the decision maker for basically prioritizing Black students and Indigenous students into this program. They have 12 seats specifically for Indigenous and Black students for the law school. And they also look at, for our application process to go through the IB&M program, they basically look at our application in a holistic view. So they'll look not only at your GPA and LSAT, they'll also look at your experience within the community. They'll look at, your life situation that may have impacted your ability to basically succeed as much as possible in school. And sometimes there is disadvantages in the minority groups. I've had a lot of them in high school. And so I've been the best that I could as, being a student, but I'm also a single parent. So I do have a few disadvantages, but I've also just tried my best. I'm also involved in 2 organizations that focus on basically reforming the children in care system for former youth in care as well. And I'm also on the committee, the Black Nova Scotian committee. And so I really do try my best to be involved in the community because that's truly where I want to be. And I'm just trying to do my best to support others because I know from experience in my past, having that one person to kind of guide you and to be that rock, that person that you can always go to, that you won't be embarrassed to talk about things or anything, that one person. Everyone needs that one person. It's like that person could be like a mentor basically. And so anyway, this program, the IB&M program, focuses more on the holistic look on a student's application into the law school. And so basically it's a little bit more lenient than the average law school application, but we get submitted into the law school if we do get admitted. Just like the other students, we go through all of the same tests. The LSAT test is the exact same, and everything's the exact same. The only difference with these IB&M program is the application process and what they look at for an ideal student. And so this is the booklet for that program. I will post as much as I can regarding this program. And so, yeah, it's pretty interesting. And so I'm going to go over quickly about what I plan to do to prep myself. So I have these books, and I've ordered a few other books. I have the Power Score Bible for the logic games, and I have the logic games workbook because my study strategy is to study the logic games first. And so I just didn't feel like these books are expensive. And so I just basically figured that I'll get those books first before I move on anyway to the other things. And so I have those books on the way. I have the LSAT Prep flashcards on the way as well. And I have the LSAT Prep Plus 2022 strategies for every section. I'll put the links down below, and then I'm hoping in the future to possibly get there's like this 5-pound LSAT prep book, and of course all of the other Power Score Bibles and the workbooks. And so I'll get those as I move on. So I have step 1, step 2 of my process, everything. So step 1 is basically my month-long pre-study, 3 hours a day to get familiar with the content, like I said, and to purchase all of my study materials, and to learn why these questions are asked, look up questions and their answers to understand the why. Look up, we'll make a list of different question types how to tackle each type of question to answer more efficiently, review my diagnostic tests, and list what I could have done better. And step 2 would be to make a study schedule. I've done that, which would be basically, I'll get into that. Step 3 is to start studying. And so my strategy is to basically take the way I study and integrate that into the LSAT content. Because the way I study obviously is a specific way because of how I learn. Because I have ADHD, I have to learn a certain way. I color code a lot. I make a lot of diagrams so that I can remember things. And so I have to find a way to integrate that style of studying into my LSAT studying, basically. And I need to take the best strategy for each section and make a colorful illustration as my Bible. Basically, like, in each semester you have your syllabi, those are Bibles for each semester. Like, you know exactly what's happening for that course. I'm gonna basically make a syllabi for my LSAT prep. I'm gonna make sections of the 3 sections that will be on the test, and then I'll color code. I'll literally make it the most amazing illustration that I possibly can. And then I'll have that to refer to. And then the tips that I've found from other YouTubers that I'll link also below, that is of help, which is to study logic games first, study logical reasoning. There's 2 sections on the LSAT for logical reasoning. One of them, I guess, is like, it's just, it's not a real, like, they don't grade you on that one, but you have to, like, you won't know which one they're not grading you on, basically. So you do both. And schedule in 1 logic game section once each week while studying on logical reasoning. So basically, once I move on from logical games and do the logical reasoning section, I'm going to continue to the focus and study on the games, but I'm only going to do once a week, or I'm only going to do like a few games each week so that I can like keep that basically just like in my brain as I go on, because this is going to be like 12 to 14 months of studying. And then study, reading, comprehension last. And so I'm going to take 10-minute breaks every hour to eat, drink, relax, whatever. Anticipate the answers. Try and figure out answers before reading the correct answer. And it makes you quicker at answering them. Take practice tests at the end of each week. That's what I'm going to do. So there's practice tests on Khan Academy. And so there's about 13. I think there's 12 or 13. And so that's perfect. I'm going to do one of those each month. But I'm also going to do, there's books. There's books that I still have to get that I will do, handwritten. I will do 1 test a week. So I'll do basically 5 tests each month. And then I will gauge on how I'm doing with those tests. I will do practice drills right before the exam, the real exam. Compare your scores from testing in the mornings versus testing during the afternoons. I'll keep score of all of that stuff because, just like me specifically, my brain works better at night. In the afternoons is a little bit iffy. So I'm going to figure out when I should schedule my real test, my LSAT test. I'm going to do blind reviews, which is basically you don't grade practice tests after you take them. You go through each question, not timed, and try to get the correct answers. And then compare those two. Basically, you're going to compare those two results. And then my actual study schedule. So the test itself, the practice tests, are about 2 hours and 30 minutes. And so for the pre-study period, on my work days, I'm going to be studying 4 hours a day on my work days. Non-work days, I'm going to be studying it says 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. And then 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. I'm going to be reading a book to relax and then also get used to like reading quick. I don't go to bed until 1 because of my work, and I'm not going to change that because it's just going to mess up my sleep cycles. And so no matter what, if I'm not at work, I just go to bed at 1 a.m. And then the summer and the holiday months, while I'm in school, I'm going to be studying 5 to 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. The pre-study is 4 to 5 days a week. I don't know if you guys are still following me, but honestly, it doesn't change much other than the school months. I'm going to be studying an hour or two more a day. But it's basically mainly the same. 5 days a week. I'm going to kick it up a bit. During the school months and I'm not working, I'm going to be studying 6 days a week. That doesn't make no sense. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I'm going to be studying basically 6 days a week all throughout the school months. So yeah, I'm just going to have to weave it into my other courses, and then that's it. But anyway, that is my study schedule. If you guys want to know more or want to know in detail, I can obviously post it for you guys. I will have links down below to what books I will be reading and some YouTubers that could help as well with this stuff. But yeah, I'm going to try to keep the rest of the videos pretty short. This was just the introduction of this all. And I will also have in a description of why I've came to this decision and my past in my academia. And so I hope you guys enjoy this new, I'm going to make this a little series. And so this is real. This is going to happen. And I'm so excited because I finally am at the point in my life where I truly believe in myself to get through this. And I just couldn't be any happier because I've truly been always into studying law and or business, being an entrepreneur. But I just never, like, my ADHD and just feeling dumb in school has clouded that confidence. And so now seeing a lot more on social media with ADHDers literally getting through school successfully. I mean, my boss's lawyer has ADHD. There's a lot of people there with ADHD that do a lot of things successfully. And I mean, we don't have all of these disadvantages. Like, there is advantages of things. Like, we think out of the box. We think outside of the box most of the time. We think a lot. And I mean, we think different than other people. And that's not always a bad thing. I mean, we do a lot of things differently, and sometimes it is negative and sometimes it is a positive. And so, you know, for me, medication and integrating other healthy habits into my life just levels out the playing field a little bit more. And that's definitely changed a lot in my grades. I mean, I've gotten straight A's for the first time since I've been in university lately. And so I'm just extremely proud of myself. I mean, my GPA has always been decent, but having straight A's in university and being a single parent is not easy. I don't care what anyone says, it's not easy. It's not as easy as being in high school and not having other commitments in life. I mean, I work a full-time job, I work with organizations, I have a lot of commitments, and for me to get those straight A's was just proving to myself that I can do this stuff. I can, as long as I put in the work and as long as I reach out to the support that I need, there's no reason why I can't succeed. I mean, I've proved to myself numerous times that I've been able to overcome a lot of challenges in my life, and I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue to keep doing this stuff. I'm going to continue to prove to my son that he can do whatever he wants. And I'm going to be there right beside him supporting him because that's what he needs. And I just want to be that support that I've never gotten in my life from my family, or, you know, from someone, you know, that has come from, you know, living in the system and not getting the support that I needed. I mean, you know, one of my past videos, I remember, you know, my mother telling me straight to my face, you will not get through this program, the program that I successfully completed 4 years ago. I'm about to finish my undergraduate at one of the best schools in Atlantic Canada. I am about to apply to law school. If you literally asked me just 5 years ago where I would be, I'd probably tell you either maybe a flight attendant. I don't know. I literally would not know. But I would not tell you that I would have been doing my secondary education. I would not be able to tell you that I would be in a university at all. And I mean, university is not for everyone, but I like studying. I like learning. And I like learning for the fact that I can give that to other people. I can show them this is what you can do. You can reach for your resources out there. You don't have to go to school for this stuff. But for me to go to school so that I can then give other people this knowledge, yeah, I'll do it, because sometimes that's just what people need, is somebody there to show them that they could be their own self-advocate. I mean, I've had to be my self-advocate for so many years, and I want to be the people's advocate now. I mean, I've always wanted to be an inspiration for others, but I just now want to do more, and I want to support more than anything, you know, the minority communities. I just want to do want to do the best that I can to support my community. And I don't care how long it takes. I don't care. I'm going to get through it. And this is the start of this journey. So, yeah. I don't think I'm going to edit this. There's no reason to edit it. So if I was rambling on, I'm sorry. I mean, I am quite tired. I've had a long day. I actually just finished off one of the years of progress for one of the organizations that I've been with today, and that was pretty fun. It was a bit of a little celebration, and yeah. And so, yeah, today was a long day. I've had a few other things to do. And so, yeah, there's things that I've said that just doesn't make any sense. That's okay. I'm tired. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I will show you guys. And if you guys want study with me videos, I'll try to do that. I mean, my apartment building is not that quiet, so probably wouldn't be the best for a study with me video. But I'll continue to do these videos. These will be shorter. The next few I'm hoping to be 10 minutes or shorter, just to show you guys what I'm studying for the day, and or studied for the week, to make it a little bit less repetitive. So I hope to see you guys in my next video. I really hope to upload a lot of other videos. I'm just right now trying to figure out how to basically upload them on YouTube, because one of the places that I was using for Wi-Fi, quick Wi-Fi, it's just not a thing anymore. They cracked down on their free Wi-Fi. And the Wi-Fi in our building is just not cutting it. And I am very frugal. I don't want to pay for Wi-Fi. And so, I don't know. I got to figure something out, because I have a lot of videos to put out. I just can't get the Wi-Fi. I don't have the time to go find another place and sit there for hours to upload this stuff. But I'm going to have to figure something out. So, yeah. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in my next video.